today, it's Saturday, and on Saturdays, we can come lay on a table all the things them we pass through Sierra Network for the week. And nothing things here pass through Sierra Network. We be learned say President Bio be launched the first national drone corridor in West Africa. This particular one, we don't know, but State House tell we say, na the first na West Africa. And for one reason, people na YouTube, because we be put on a YouTube, people na YouTube begin talk say, no to Salon na the first person we get them. Then get an Ghana. Well, we waiting State House tell we. Now we report State House say President Bill launched the first national drone corridor now West Africa. Also, President Bill say the way we go improve in science and technology now go be one part the fundamental pillar them we go help for make Salon go develop. Now they be talking we be going to the Canadian College within a mile 91. We learn say the Parliamentary Committee on Finance then say then go pledge for Empower Statistics Sierra Leone on accreditation of the official statistics. We be there last week. We will be there last week. Remember about a $50 million grant from World Bank for help decongest Freetown. We'll be also deal with Anaya, if you remember. Well, we'll be able to share the video where the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, where they be tell we, say, this not the plan we didn't get. Watch that video there. With all the explanation we did for that video there, it go make you hype more for make you think, say, if this particular project is done in Sierra Leone, then na something we will bring good memories inside Freetown. Again, we be learn say Parliament be ask journalists them out of the committee room who say the Anti-Corruption Commission for go explain about them budget. If you remember, this budget here, they belong go na UU building for go ask how much they want the Ministry of Finance through the government for give them. Well, we didn't turn rich now because everybody they go explain to Parliament why make them feel say they deserve for get that amount there. Where anti-corruption go, the MP, one of the MP say, him feel say sensitive things then they anti-corruption go discuss. Then we then they take fight corruption. So now on that note they ask all the journalists them for common ado. And get it in and call SO 75. Say now use. That one day then say they can use them when the military or anything we get for do with ammunition or state security matters. And they can use by then journalists them. Na parliament say let them come on do. They no need for hearing waiting the state securities them then can want discuss to parliament. But this particular day, na anti-corruption be they go for go talk about the budget. Then they go defend and say na that amount they need and this na the reason we make them need them. Well, the parliamentarian, the person we say the SO75. Then say first, according to the report we get, first say he asks in company parliamentarian them if making use am. Nobody no answer him. But him take upon himself and use them and ask the journalist them out of the committee room. We also be learn say no new cases no day for the Lassa fever that na be last week. So we don't know now if any new one come, but we not get any update again after that one day. And which will be deal with now? We deal with now on Monday. We President will be talk about the improvement of science and technology. I go be a fundamental pillar for help Salone in development one. The energy ministry tell we say some Japanese high-level delegation than this Salone right now. They say, then come intervene by this kind blackout business and stop them where people in the frown at the light way, not the day, the way how we want them na the country. Well, we just hope say they no good get food for do it in Nganfo. Because light, we know how we don't pass with this electricity then few days here and at this platform. And as so back then self tell we say, they say energy stakeholders them be validate increase of grid solar findings. I think say we get good system about we climate na Salone. We go help we for generate solar energy. And individuals them, it's very, very expensive na Salone. I don't know if you don't ever try for ask about installation of solar. Then get in Chinese one them do. Then get in Chinese one them boku. But if you really want for light up a house in Sierra Leone, because we know say when we can they talk about electricity now, plenty of people say, oh, solar. When you go Salone, if you get opportunity for go this festive season, just inquire how much for say for light 10 bulb na Salone with one fan and one TV. Make them give you an estimate about the batteries, them, the panel, and all things. Then you're gonna say in Sierra Leone it's very expensive. Also, the 1st of December, the president be address the nation on World AIDS Day. President Bio be warned against bad governance, corruption, where he say could destroy the civic space and democracy na Anglophone West Africa country them. When I remember that they will be deal with justice and citizens, na inside the training session day where judiciary of Sierra Leone them be do, and they will be just take no more say let we just focus on justice for every citizen na Salone. We be do again na EDSA then tariff with the increase. I don't know if we remember, even before that program day, the first day we announce say EDSA they plan for increase the tariff. And I think I will make a statement now where I say the people in a Salone, they're not keen, I don't know, they're not keen join on conversation, but until where something can don't happen done, where they begin feel the pinch, now they tend and they talk. If now you go on social media, now you go see a lot of people they write against EDSA. Say EDSA don't increase the tariff. Now, before 50,000, they give you 54.5 units. Now, 100,000 leons, they give you 64. Before 50,000 leons, they give you 54. Now, 100,000 leons, now they give you 64. So you just do the math there now. Now, people, and they go on social media, they grumble. EDSA don't increase. How we dey? Where EDSA talk, we announce them. Say EDSA don't plan no for can increase. Get the conversation going. But we now will feel the pinch. Now that's in the 9 we can talk. Ambassador Ousmane Fodeyan Sané be escape ACC the net. Wetin happen? ACC be dey investigate the ambassador. Say for over 700 days, he be abandoned in office na Ghana and can saloon. And still where be the saloon, he be dey take all the salary them where an ambassador forget. So ACC be the fence side for Kwisa. At the end of the day, ACC can't tell we say they not get anything for quiz the ambassador for. The ambassador in say in can salon where the president at that time, President Kuruma, be ask him for come on some duties there na salon. So what's anti-corruption they call for now? He say now the main reason that they will make them they call for me them strengthen the laws there na salon and make every institution help for strengthening the in-house laws them. Because at the end of the day, over 700 days, the ambassador collect the money then day and no prosecution because we check all the books them and not do nothing wrong. Nothing and not do wrong. So anti-corruption may get for to go away the case. And now the morning, anti-corruption tell we that. Towards the evening, anti-corruption tell we say, well, finally, the president don't sign the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act for 2019. The act don't sign. Before, that first one be get 30 million, this one get 50 million. And some jail terms, them and everything. This one look stronger. So now I make the Anti-Corruption Commissioner Francis Benkefala be the push for make Parliament go do it in Nenge for do and President Bio don't put pen to paper. We also learned say March 2020, March where they come, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Richard Moigbe, if for retire. So they don't begin remind that one thing, say, Pa, March 2020, sir, you dey reach the retirement age. So with all due respect, where that thing they come, now for step down. Well, the whistle long blow. Now this the normal now. Let we wait and see how that one day go unfold. The National Youth Commission may pay courtesy call on President Bio na State House. Muhammad Kamarenba Mansare of the Alliance Democratic Party, he say in the call on President Bio for wake up because waiting do things stronger na the country. We also learned say the new SLAJ executive be meet with President Bio na status and he commend the government in effort for repeal the criminal libel law. State House be don't send a law dey na Parliament. 30 day Parliament not do it in and for do it for make them send them back na the president in office for sign them. So no know why Parliament they taking them, but it in a Parliament. It's still dead. One of the other thing them way this new executive / executive be ask the president when they go meet him. Then they ask, say, do ya? If now one thing, say, one green thing per year, make the president call the journalists them, make he engage them, then make the journalists them able ask the president question. Make the president talk to the journalists them. We don't do press briefing done or whatever I want talk. then the journalist then can get opportunity for ask the president question. Well, State House say, then we'll look into that. That one they happened this past week. First week in December 2019. We don't know Tandong. So from now to first week in December 2020, we hope say that particular meeting day, that particular press briefing day, that particular one-on-one with the media for happen wherever inside Salone. Just like as I say, we be deal with justice and the citizen the right for get justice na the country. We learn say back to my roots. Youth Festival Lekana Salone. The National Youth Commission, and they say they want to come up with them. But for right now, they're not telling me no details yet. They say, we'll just keep lock. But we go here soon. Waiting and they get for there about. And just like as I say, we be done deal with Naya, the disconnect between the stakeholders them and the community them. We be get for deal with some community then challenges them within the face inside Freetown. Like as I say, we get for going at the provinces and we go cow their own back make we waiting then they tell we. We be lancing Sierra Leone President Bio be pay respect and he be mourn the death of the Deputy Minister of Mines. Choitram Chemicals Limited and NATCO then say then donate 40 million leons to constituency 115. 40 million leons. We be also lancing the Vice President, Dr. Julde Jallo, he be promote President Bio in economic diplomacy policy. This last visit where he be go visit now Washington, D.C. We also land say Sierra Leone be send ministers them for go participate na the 110th ACP Council of Ministers will happen na Nairobi, Kenya. Yesterday, we be there and we be deal with President Bio in discussion, in speech, in message, in talk, in conversation where he be get na the SLPP mini convention we happen yesterday na Salone. This na the things them we pass through Sierra Network. Make a count around Rashid Din. Make Ingo pick waiting in one Rob Motpa. Yes, Aaron, you get the platform, sir.
Yes, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. From whoever you did listen, I'm glad for joining us again today. You know, I've not been there at the start of when the highlights of all the topics that you mentioned, but certain things catch my attention when I joined. One that they all get for do with the ACC and the former ambassador to Ghana. That man is my way as I mean now I go to school, St. Helena. He teaches at St. Helena. You know, very disciplined. My left for week. The election came 2 months. For coming to within, you mentioned about the ACC investigate as a result of in absence from in posts in Ghana for quite a while, even though they take money. Well, I think one thing we I would make out of that, now that you know, for people that we, you know, I know they say the ACC 100% perfect. Nobody, no organization is that perfect, you know, but mistakes could be made. But I think it go for sure saying this ACC, kind of witch hunting minded. They're not witch hunting oriented. They're not kind of party in a way minded. I get respect for the person where they lead this. I don't ever meet him. I know Samiam, but following what they do, the man way I get so much enormous respect for, and now I believe it try to put up a very fair approach in all what they do. If the ACC be kind of party-minded, the witch hunt the opposition or the former government members, I think the one possible way them for hunt na Yansane or for fundraising for hunt na Yansane. You know, go tell me say it wrong for let them investigate somebody way they are assigned to the post in our daily. But as the ACC find, they're not to say which he do right. Within them find out from which I gather from you. Now that given the circumstances of that time, there is nothing we should say it violates anything. If the president who assigned him, if he proves, say, well, the president is say calm, like I work with him on certain things, then even though when you assign somebody as ambassador, it's supposed for cover. Because I know say when you did not Ghana, you not only they represent Sierra Leone to Ghana, they represent Sierra Leone to other countries around that sub-regional area, around Ghana. I believe not to Ghana no more being assigned. But you can get ambassador na a particular location where they sometimes we be free to say they doing work, sometimes they go Ghana once in a while, but you would expect, because Ghana na given the West African outlook, Ghana na a hot spot for link. I mean, because for West Africa, you want always get your ambassador on the ground, because things that they happen in Ghana are like a central point where you link with other parts of the world, where they were able to see what's in the happen, or they really get intelligence on what's in the happen all over the world. But if you're not there on the base, on an assigned location, they're going to lose. So, but the ACC not find them guilty or wanting of anything. And I think that's good. It should say at least they not go for witch hunter. The other two you mentioned we catch my attention are this criminal libel way. I remember the speed at which the current government's being assured journalists say, no worry, everything will be okay, we'll go address this. For Yeriti they say Parliament still hold on to that criminal libel issue. They're not able to address until now. And I believe the SLPP gets majority in a Parliament. That thing with them go able push. It make a loss some confidence in the government, because with that the momentum we encounter with the Minister of Information, it get journalists and now something like to them now been a priority for them. For let them go they up to this day, then seem for shield up. It looks like say the current government now seem to get any different approach towards that criminal libel issue as the previous government. The other thing again is surprising, because Abraham, we all week in the take part in this program know the different parts of the leader of the government. They engage journalists most of the time. Even Donald Trump, we call journalists them how you call them? Enemy of the people, because yes, you see they confront the media all the time. They talk to them, But I remember the first thing President Kenyatta do, the current president of Kenya, where he just take over, he invite journalists in the State House every year in the media hall. Besides the press conference where the press person they get with media, instead of personally, they meet with them. I'm surprised that the president not able to do that up to this day. Nothing with the president for frequently they do, because certain things are the way the media then now like a watchdog, then they see certain things the way sometimes the presidency not they get access to, or they know. Some journalists then they go ask questions, we go call him minister. They say, they ask me, so which thing they go on? I mean, it makes sense because not the link between the president and the people, not just the parliamentary representative, now the media people. The other thing I will finally end on with here, that is electricity. Yeah, here you really talk about them lights, them way them, how you call them, lights, them way power grid, with the artificial one, then we talk about the one, then we some come up from China, how expensive they are. Electricity, not the most wanting thing in Sierra Leone, not the driver to everything. Electricity, not the driver to everything. For even let we network system work well in Sierra Leone. If the power system not strong, if we kind of mortgage certain now something way now government the control, Now, what's the government control? Even in some countries, the way you get private companies that they generate power, they run power, then they are completely under the eyes of the government. If you get foreign people and they take lead of you, electricity, now they supply you. It's going to be so difficult. If the government not get control of electricity in Sierra Leone, very stable electricity in Sierra Leone, we not go progress in any way. I know they say Sierra Leone not to contribute their prospect for progress, but we get for lay the foundation, and electricity now the driver, now the engine, now the heart of we progress, we development. If we want to keep at par. Certain business people and they're not going to go now that country the food electricity system is very poor, strong, and government not try to take control of that. So I will leave that so far for now.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you, sir, for you. Yamiko bring come Usman Toli. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Thank you very much, AAA, and thanks to my colleague, Aaron Rashid, for in contribution. I just want to talk quickly on the issue of the improvement in science and technology. We are a fundamental aspect of Sierra Leone development. I just want to talk on that very quickly. I don't plan for go too long today. This blockchain, now one of the technology that the way I see it will help bring a lot of changes in that country. We know say that we don't launch this blockchain in August. And we believe say by this December, therefore don't begin implementing. I don't know if anybody get any information about it. The reason why I'm so concerned about this technology, I believe say if this technology actually they implement in another country, they bring a lot of development. That any kind of innovation would they look for another country. Let me just highlight some of the importance of the technology. Yeah? The blockchain, it enhances the opportunity for let we get a system where the citizens then data they store. Yeah? One of the difficulties they will get for rural economy, we know they encourage the private sector. One, in terms of trust, and the fact that a lot of microcredit facilities in non Canada country, we don't see them don't fall, they don't drop. Today I've been just listening to the mini convention we SLPP make. we see the amount of pledges them where they come out from the members them. And they talk about microcredit. I think they plan for roll out this microcredit to for empower women. They say from January within the SLPP membership party. You see, I think kind of project here we look for at national level. Yeah? But what do we lack? We lack a system whereby we store people's information so that way they come for credit facilities, you know, then we're able to give them a credit facility here with confidence so that then go help for grow the economy. Don't forget, you see the private sector where development really want to take place. Now the private sector. Now the private sector, now they create jobs. Because the private sector, you know, they put pressure on the wage bill. The private sector, now they grow the economy. But what do we need for do? We need for ensure that we facilitate these opportunities in the sense that the banks them, therefore they're willing for give out loans to private investors then. And this is lacking. And one of the reasons in this where we experience some serious hardship in our country today. So let me make way them launch this blockchain. I mean, they really admire this. You know, and by now, for expect say, you know, the National Civil Registration Commission, for them begin for the register people for this particular technology. You know, this is not the way this will, because if we get everybody in data, you know, we get them where the financial services sectors, the investment houses them, you know, get people in data, you know, get the history, credit history of people them. So that anybody will come, you know, then we will store information about all in past economic activities them in terms of microcredit, in terms of borrowing money from the bank, all anything and day. You know, that will help for facilitate, you know, the private sector. It will help for speed up things with the private sector. Because in the private sector, they create jobs. They make the economic activity increase. Without which, it's very difficult. And I understand inside the banks and they come out, sometimes we don't see people and they go take money in a bank, then 1 or 2 years, wait for pay them money and then they come back. And it's very difficult to get data from the individuals here. You know, we don't see even the politicians there. And they go borrow money, you know, disappeared. But if we get a centralized, if we get this data, this blockchain, you know, we go able to look at the history. It fast track things then for we. It speed up processes. So now this I want to bring, what to make I want to emphasize on this, because now some of them tier 1C, where we believe say, it make that country they grow. Make no mistake. Yeah? Make no mistake. The blockchain is a very good idea when it comes to science, technology, and innovation. Yeah? We not get a system where we helpful for monitor people in past history, especially in financial history. We need a system like that. This is why we actually support the idea. But whether this thing, now this will they talk, you know, now update me with what they go on. From when I talk this year, I mean, say this December, you know, then for us start for roll out this project. We don't know whether they go on or, you know, they go on. You know, we need for bring in, you know, the National Civil Registration Commissioner or come, you know, bring them on TV or radio for can explain to the people how far this process they go. You know, but I believe I don't feel say don't start, because if you don't start by now, you know, because they go for register people that when they go to a bank, therefore don't they take their fingerprint, match them up with the identity, store them, you know. It's like an app. When you come and register your information, So I involved inside the economic activity. Now, so then they take down history, accumulated history. So anytime we come, now so, the more you involve, the more you build up your credit. That's just like, So now that no more we want to bring kind of the table. I think saying some of the good initiatives and this, where we want to let the government, bring into action. Yeah? Now this is what I want to bring to the table. Thank you very much, Triple A. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Tolly. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that's now Usman Tolly. We don't get in submission because remember we deal with this blockchain and it's been a while now. Up till now, we don't get several opportunities. Then we for be don't able for begin cut boost. Say we get something like that, but up till now, remember the time where ECOWAS become make that a meeting when they talk about finances and loans and borrowing and monetary stuff. We even complain at that time. Say what are we waiting for? Up to now, we still no nothing yet unless if then they do they not make we know, but up to now we know nothing yet about the blockchain. People getting registered and say it don't kick out and it's ongoing. The phone line open now. If you want for contribute, you get the opportunity. Arun, no, you want to say something?
I just kind of so agree with him, but with him.
Usman Tolly.
My friend Usman Tolly say,
Hold on.
If you look at the countries the way advanced, it's not the government's not an employer. The government now for just rule and make sure say everything they in place. Now the private sector, now they employ people. Take the greatest economy in the world. Even China, we were saying a communist country. Not only government, they employ everybody. Then even China don't move away from that. When the government is condemned, when the government is controlling the fact. No, it's not working like that. Now the private sector. Now, just as he say, there is need for, there are people with, I will tell you, Abraham, if you look at the history of them people we drive the economy in the most advanced countries, some people them start ideas they no more them get, but then be able to get the support in terms of getting loans from the bank, from government. As long as there are laws, we make sure. See, now when I say we get not to ministers them, or just like I say, not to for minister or MPs them or government representatives them for good take. No, now the government you get your plan, you get a project. Government see the project, then see say this is workable. They take the money for go to abroad. Now, I think that's the point and the crux of which it is say that, and we, as we said today, technology, now the driver and the engine, and I just want to buttress that point.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who's the call from?
Yeah, I was trying to call from Manchester, sir.
Yes, who's friend? You get the platform, sir.
All right, just get a few issues where we'll for try. Look into the week which will happen.
Hello, make it quick.
Area. Okay. All right, quick. Okay, the first area I want for just look at now the area where about nurses they not been come up in the week, but I just get a bit of concern regarding the nurse system within our school of nursing. There is a present issue where I've done the raise up regarding the bursary. There are a few nurses who don't come up from this SCCHM. Would they try for go to what they call SRN? One are the state registered nurse, when they say staff nurse, one are them big boss and the staff. The present issue within they face, a land say then they try for take an examination, and this examination the practical aspect within the call patient care because they get the theory and the practical, but it's 154 of them in this set one are the first year. Well, this set, when 154, it was almost a month ago, they're supposed for they take the practicals way in the set of 8. If you divide that by 154, you get quite a lot. I'm not going to go into that. But the first set, they don't go after delayance. Then they go every day na like Boston Street for go do this them patient care practicals. When then they go, then they tell them, say, now we they deal with the final years. Then they pay transport, then they go every day for let them go try get these exams. When they go, the new administration they don't put on a new principal day, it turn them back. See, then they can take final exams for the final year, on a 3-year course, the SRN. They don't go up to the third stage. So in other words, now just 24 out of the 154 gonna eat each day, and that eat, then they go in by 4. 4, then they go do patient care for like how they look after patients, they do pandomi, like panendomi and so. But right now, land say now only 3 sets don't go. That's 24 out of 154. And there is still a delayance going on. We now concern for the nurse system because one then would delay the final outtake for qualify in the next 2 years. And also, then we don't they look into this stipend, wouldn't they give them like a small money, with them they call boss and have on a stipend and another leave allowance. But again, there is something we don't go wrong. They don't submit them forms, apply. Now, at the end of the academic year, they go so, but there is still not something going on towards the allowance and this stipend. And government, we don't promise them, so then we'll start for the give them. Then when they come up from SCCHN for go to staff nurse them. That's one other issue. But the other one we look more concerned, there is an hospital where the Chinese then get a Jewish. Some of them we don't qualify under certain areas and like anesthesia and other courses and we private bodies even they do. Now, instead of them continuing service for the government when like a corner or cottage, a land say then they send them for go work to the Chinese them. We then go give the incentive, but they are still employed as government workers. But the concern I have, how the Chinese hospital where they do will become a government owned. When I ask, then tell me say government like say want to take over, but this is a question mark because if China then go there and go open their own government, their own hospital, how it will able for incorporate or then go try for like we say merge together with the government one. That's my concern. I know they tell you now say for Keruna camera deal, but these are things going on right now. Because when you look at the health in Sierra and also like on the camera, but please think about that. If there is any way, some of the staff nurses them, but I go PV you and show you if there is any need
exactly.
for no woman.
Let we left the talk no more. We go talk in private. We go see it.
Please, yeah, something is really going on. It's a very good thing, but anyway, thank you very much for that.
Right.
And the other stuff I just want to remote quick.
Yeah, quick.
You know, the medicine when you talk about that medicine, you go take away or make. I want to let you know, say back certain things medicine and they want the antibiotics when they use as prophylaxis for malaria. The malaria actually it might be say that the antibiotic prophylaxis likely you don't take. In the malaria prophylaxis, one of the antibiotic type, it sometimes gets a prolonged lasting. But there is one when a short-term one, where immediately they work on the system. But whenever I get the details, I will send that to you because you travel soon. All right, thank you very much. But let's think about the nurse system. There is something very serious going on about them now. God bless you. Thank you thank you, Triple A. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yes, caller, either live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
Hi, this is Nice2 from New York.
Yes, SL2, you get a platform.
Yeah, Triple A, yesterday where I've been listening to the president, I not be able, voice this out. But I've been feel so bad about that coming from the president. Not like I'm trying to say anything, but I just feel like I was a bit disappointed where you say, even if you not pull me, like no will come. So what does that mean? That means, we're just going to suffer the consequences like that. And after, I listened to you after, mentioning it. And also, I think I listened to the conference that he had, the convention, saying that. For me, I really didn't expect that coming from our president of the nation. I believe, if we don't address and say, now this is not the situation, but we did work really hard for law of ensure say light the entire country. We can also free to normal forget light. The entire Sierra Leone forget light. That is one thing what we say need for happen. And for say, me or even I believe the minister named Kanja, something, I forgot the entire name, but saying that even if you pull we come out, we're not gonna get light not will come. To me, that's really not how to address your nation, because everybody will vote for her, then trust say that it will kind of make a difference. And, it say a lot of good things and no say it get good intention for the country. But I think that one, it falls short. And then the other thing what I want to mention, the Constitution. The Constitution has to be for the nation, not about party. If they want to change their party constitution, they could go ahead and do that. But I think it's about time, like working Abdul M. Fatoma say, it's about time law all take a stand and try for contribute and see if they will work on that end day. So that is something I think I'm gonna be interested in, helping out with. The next thing is the role we talk about the inmate them. Say when the cells or the prison, the correctional center, then overcrowded. They're not even hear them out. Then they no more. Nobody not advocate for them or say anything, about them. So I want to ask if we get any lawyers then would they volunteer for just go and represent them, inmate them for no say. Let them at least find out what they go on at least and represent them. These are some of the things I believe the lawyers in the country for really take a stand on.
Yes.
Because these are how you then get
then get lawyers. And now the acronym then the lawyers then get na salon.
Okay, that's good because really, now so we get for you pay for a lawyer, then they offer you a free one, the government one, they will offer you for at least let them hear your voice. You case or say this is what's going on, but this is what I think is happened. Really, if that's going on, I think they really need to continue to do that. Hopefully that would help the people. Thank you. Those are things that I wanted to talk about. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Aisatu. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side you call from?
Good evening. This is Ibrahim. The call from Athens.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get a platform.
Yeah. I want to take the EDSA issue. EDSA, then they increase tariff for people in our salon, where the country right now, nobody know. Even the president with the rule, he acknowledged, say, the ground dry. People and they allow for letting they increase prices them just like that, and then where people and the way they pay bills them to them, they're not able to even get in light because they say they don't get fuel. But at the end of the day, then they increase prices. It's not fair for the people of Sierra Leone. Really fair because I'm so happy for one of the civil society movements that we said and give them 5 days ultimatum for withdraw back this tariff. If not, then go demonstrate against them and go get things the way they take against them. Because this is wrong. The government, they look at them, then they increase prices, then they even think about how people in the survive in a salon. It's sad. And my last final thing again, you get to do with the parliament. Anything where they go on right now, waiting people in the suffer, now because of them. Because if they make sober laws, they make sure that they implement things that were necessary for the people, not only for them and the people that were there, the government for protect them, for the people, things them. Because even the labor law, waiting make people Lebanese in their money, they cost Sierra Leone and then Mamad, and they use them anyhow. Now because of we not get sober labor law. I make people in the suffer because even the government don't respect the law. Because even when you see government, they go pay 150,000 millions to people them, where the minimum wage not to that one day, now then self not respect the law. See, people and they will, that Lebanese embassy, you be no waiting be happen there against them people them.
I will not be get follow up again after that incident today.
You see,
So we
this
don't
is
know how everything be end up.
Then they make the laws them way not strength in our country. The one they will feel say them for implement the laws. Now them first they fall short. They beg the government, let them try for say them, then put laws the way be say them go able to guide the people of Sierra Leone, not to them no more. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side the call from?
Yeah, this is the call from US.
You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, first of all, this technology thing Mr. Tolle talk about, it just seems as if we go round and round and round. Those things then will not be effective without sustainable electricity. And it seems as if when they talk about those things, then without this sustainable electricity, then they talk about Freetown. Freetown is not Sierra Leone. Because if they want things therefore be effective, they therefore take into consideration the upline too. It just seems as if like when we discussed some time back, when people need to register for stuff, they need to come to Freetown. But if light exists all over the country, they no need for come doing digital stuff and do them right outside and day. So without sustainable electricity, then things they're not going to be effective, they're not going to work. Except the one for doing manually, which will consume time. The other thing is, the president needs for at least the old periodic Q&A, because if you look what they happen with these ministers, them and MPs, they seem to contradict each other most of the time. Look what's happening with him. He said, Parliament, Parliament, then this energy minister and the finance minister for this right business. This one they say oil, not the other, within the other one they say, So him as the head now, he need to come and clarify things for the people because these guys them seems to be all over the place. So you don't know who to trust, And when the convention yesterday, I think they say some people indirectly they address the people then as well. But to me, you not see on that way because mostly in talk when they talk is the director to SLPP. My people, one country, one people. The slogan mostly have been to SLPP party officials and supporters they talk to, and this thing about 40 years. Being in power, why do they make that kind of statement for? You don't need to make that kind of statement. All you need to do is go and do the work of the people. If you do the work of the people, for the people, you can live there as long as you want. Just work for the people, they will put you back in. If you do the job for 40 years correctly for the country, trust me, the North and Northeast, they will vote you back in because they say you work for the country. But when you start talking about what did they 40 years, then they don't want to come back, all things they not call for. So long politicians, then, they need to learn for the address issues, especially when they know see the outside world, they listen. That's my contribution today.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
My name is Adama. I call from New York.
Yes, Adama, you get a platform.
Yeah, I just want to make some comments about the speech where the Excellency Mother gave yesterday.
Continue.
With people that they make comment for say, Igo na mini SLPP hall. So not important. I mean, this is 21st century. We should open our eyes and our minds. Okay, we know this is the one thing about our country is this party business. Because I belong to this party, or because I know this person, or so this is why that country is really, really it is down. For example, how somebody go represent you when you don't even know the person? Okay, just because you belong to the same party, or you know this person in parents then, or the family they live na the same area where you did. How would that be possible? Okay, and then when something don't happen, oh, we don't know them. Oh, they don't take care of you. How somebody go take care of you? How somebody go represent you? Where you not even around you? If you only get the come once in a while, when election come, then that's it. So I think some of the people then we got to educate them for that kind of thing. Because if you begin to complain about somebody, you got to know what you talk about. Okay. Case in point, I have something that happened in my own area upline. Okay. My own area upline, electric pole no can be. Then they jump over young village, then they go other side. Because of this same party business. Because this person I know speak the same language. Because this person here, I don't know him. I mean, you don't have to be a blood related to be family. Somebody in your own family self, it not they do good to you. The one way not even sabi, now they do good to you. So na me own contribution that comment Triple A. So the people then for really change their mentality. If not, we're going to be on this quagmire for the rest of our lives. Are you back?
All right. Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's make up again, Arun. Yes, Arun, you don't listen to all the callers them. Waiting you go say about the calls them, and also waiting go be your final statement.
Well, this now what democracy is. The first lady we called from New York. Yes, I said we see how you see, how he expressed concern about the statement that the president make. We feel say was one side. He go further for talk say. You know, say the president they do so. I mean, they do make an effort. That's what democracy is. Nobody is perfect. If we criticize, they criticize the president because of what he say or what he do. You know, me say people don't know like him because that's what democracy is. People, anybody will not say. The president for criticize the president, honest to yourself, honest to your conscience, because nobody is perfect, not even the president. Everybody they make mistake, and I like the way we treasured. I mean, it come and it bring the point the way if you say the president for highlight. Then there was this other gentleman we talk about. Strengthening we lost them, for let we government make sure say because any country where the rule of law, weak, that country will not the progress. You not go progress. I started and somebody else mentioned about electricity. They talk about how electricity is the engine to everything. And that is so true. And Freetown is not Sierra Leone, And until, like I said earlier, until we are ready, we utilize, we make sure so we handle that well. It drive, it push everything further. Everybody, we get different opinions. We friend with Europe, somewhere in Europe. When I nurse himself, he's very passionate about the issues with the go around nursing. With ISEF he highlights some of the problems that we nurses then they get in terms of some financial difficulties or challenges that we face, and how they set up for exam. People and they observe. I would tell you with all of these participants, they tell me now that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that will listen. The fact that people and they listen, then they follow up what they go on the ground. When somebody take a phone, a call on this program, just as you set up this program, this medium for we all for come and say different things. We express. That's what democracy is. It shows that people are passionate about what's going on in Sierra Leone. We all know who gets the same idea. We all know who believe in the same thing. That's what democracy is all about. I respect everybody the opinion, the position. The last speaker talked about how on one side because of people that not get affiliation to certain people, and when they go install electricity, then they jump one set of people, go to the other. That should not happen. Because we all are Sierra Leoneans. One thing we get for know as Sierra Leoneans, we are Sierra Leoneans, or regardless of who's with the Australian citizenship you get to say. We are Sierra Leoneans first, and for the whole day, na party, then party na secondary issue. We first and foremost Sierra Leonean citizens or children of that country. We belong to that country. Some of us not belong to a party, but we belong to Sierra Leone. We want to make sure Sierra Leone go before. That make they get people and they call and express so passionately about what they go on. You get people that when they talk to you, when they participate, like Usman Solly there. Every day, almost every day, when the program come on, they spend time for talk. Not only because they want to talk on the air, now because they believe, their voice maybe can help for change minds for the better of that country. I or they all, So, my own last word, I want to still stress for the need for electricity. Government for look into that. If we get a stable, sometimes when people and they call you, or even if in our WhatsApp, they'll tell you, the network weak or waiting. All that because power system is weak as well. Even they go for, if we want advanced technology as well, there is no way we could advance technology without power, without efficient power. That's primary. We want to build good roads. We want make we get good hospital. Then turn the hospital they run without electricity. No, in those days, now ancient days, electricity will do everything. So we look forward. I'm passionate about that. I hope the government will look into that and try to push forward for make the electricity system work well. And I also will hope that like the law we get for do with journalists, government will try to speed that up, or Parliament will try to speed that up, and the President will try to open up to the media and try to engage them once in a while. I will end up with that.
Thank you very much, Aaron Rashiddin. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And today, Naya, we go lock the program for this week. We just hope and pray that we all go get a beautiful weekend. Now we different places than more we day. Some of we get for travel this coming week go salon. We pray for safe journey, and we know they go where they left. We pray we go continue for the good work we go ever make salon better. Tomorrow we'll take a break, and on Monday we go there back for continue waiting we don't do. Till we meet again Monday, Tripoli say tata.